Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mall Wiki, and I've said this a lot of times about me being up too late. Well, I think tonight can seriously take the cake. It is almost 3 o'clock in the morning. In fact, it's 2:53 a.m. to be precise. And the reason I'm up so late is, well, I had a lot of stuff going on. Nothing bad or anything. Just had some projects I was working on that I got kind of distracted by, and so I figured before I go to bed and call it a night, or morning, I should say, I figured I would come on camera and just let you guys know what's up, what I've been doing this past week. First of all, if you notice the video looks a little bit different, well, that is because I am using the webcam built into my new Acer TravelMate laptop. I know I said I was going to do a video about me putting the new hard drive in it and all that good stuff. Well, I figured this wasn't really all that interesting enough, so I just did it off camera, and it's been working fine ever since. However, this evening I did have to do something I really did not want to do, especially this early in the laptop's life. I had to reformat. This was because I had a strange issue installing Microsoft Virtual PC 2007. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. I should probably be using Windows Virtual PC, the XP mode and all, since I'm using Windows 7. Well, I prefer Virtual PC 2007 mainly because it has better support for older operating systems, like that over there. and with Windows Virtual PC, it is really, really nice. I love the concept of having that Windows XP mode, but to be perfectly honest, there are too many issues with it since I want to use old operating systems. I know one time I tried to install, this was a few years ago, I tried to install Windows 98 on Windows Virtual PC, and it worked, but it was very, very hard to use, mainly due to the fact that you can't even have a virtual floppy drive. The virtual machine has no virtual floppy controller, meaning that all you have is USB emulation and optical storage. And when it comes to old operating systems, especially when you get down to stuff like Windows 3.1 and DOS, floppy drive, is virtual or not, is very necessary. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, I tried to install Virtual PC 2007 on here, and I had this strange issue where it would get halfway through the installation process, and then all of a sudden it would act like I hit the cancel button. It would roll back the changes and said that setup did not complete, and made it sound like I pushed the cancel button, even though I did not. I tried it again, same thing. I even rebooted the computer, same thing. I then finally talked to some friends of mine, and they said that they've had this problem before, and it involves an unknown Windows update, and they said that the best thing I needed to do was just start from scratch and reformat, even though I've only had this for about a week now. So, yeah, I'm still in the process of reinstalling all my programs. Fortunately, I was able to create a separate partition on my 500 gigabyte Caviar black drive, and I moved all my documents and stuff over. So all I really have to do is just reinstall programs and not have to worry about putting all my personal documents back on there, which is 100 gigabytes or more so worth of data, and that takes quite a bit to restore. So thankfully, I'm slowly but surely getting things back together. Now, I'm also going to make a full review of this laptop, hopefully this week. And I know I made that video last week, which, if you Can't remember what video it was. It was a video where I had super glue on my hands. I mentioned that I was going to do part 3 of the FAQ video last week. Well, obviously that never happened. Last week was kind of a little bit of hustle and bustle, which is why I didn't make any video of any type. I was just caught up in a few things going on, not entirely bad, but yeah, so I was pretty much away from YouTube for about a week. But fortunately, I'm going to try to come back this week, and now on to the main part of this video. About 5.5 minutes in. Tomorrow, or today I should say, September 10th, I will be doing a yet another Billy Course Classic show on Rockin Waves 11294. It'll be same old stuff as usual. I'll be playing a bunch of oldies from the 50s to the 90s, and I might even play a computer game or two. Hope to see a lot of you come by. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen on one of my shows yet. It seems pretty mundane at times, but I might figure out something interesting to do. So yeah, that is pretty much what is going on. Oh, one more thing. And it's about something I haven't really discussed in a while, and it involves the 1995 Honda Accord. Don't worry, it is okay for the most part. A couple of weeks ago, I was out and about. I had to go to the post office and mail a package I sold on eBay, and now a year ago, the left driver's side speaker went out. It, I think, had a short in it, and it went out. Well, about a year later, last week, I was out driving through Greensboro, and the passenger side speaker went. So I had absolutely no sound anymore from the radio on the front side of the car. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I could just not worry about it and just use the back speakers and just turn the front ones off. Well, that wasn't quite that easy, because for the past 5, probably even longer years, the back speakers have been blown for quite some time. So pretty much whenever you play any kind of song, whether it has a lot of bass in it or not, it would rattle like crazy. So I simply found a good little establishment over in Burlington, which is the town directly east of Greensboro. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could probably do it myself, but I specialize in computers, not cars, so I just decided I better, as Andy Griffith would say, call the man. So I took it to Burlington, and I went on ahead and had all 4 speakers replaced in the 1995 Honda. Now you're probably thinking, great, a happy ending, everything is going to be just fine. Well, you're wrong. As soon as I got the car back, I decided to test out my new speakers, which I turned the radio on. They sounded beautiful, and they still do. They're very good Kenwood speakers on both sides of the car. Well, I stuck my cassette adapter into the tape player so I could listen to my iPod on the way home, and it started. The auto reverse kept going crazy. It would switch from side A to side B, and then immediately switch back from side B to side A, non-stop, and it would never stop. It was second after second of this, so I figured, oh well, I guess the cassette adapter's died. I've been using it for quite a few years now. I guess its time finally came. So just to be sure, I took just a regular old plain vanilla cassette tape, stuck it in the tape player, and guess what? Same thing. It kept switching sides and repeatedly, which meant only one thing: the tape player has died. So I came home and I Googled it, and apparently there's a problem with the drive belt in the tape player. And again, I am really not familiar with this stuff. I know about computers, not cars, or I know a lot about other electronics, but I'm really a little leery about working with car stuff. Unlike good old UXW Bill, I called a few places in Greensboro, and one person told me that I might as well just give up because the year is now 2013. Nobody works on tape players anymore. Everything's gone to not only CDs, but everything's gone to MP3, iPod, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. Well, it would be perfectly fine to get a new aftermarket unit. I did it to my 2000 Civic this year. But there's something about the 1995 Honda Accord that I can't put any other unit in it other than a factory OEM tape player. So then I remembered that back in 2010, I bought an identical tape deck for a 1995 or a fifth generation 94 to 97 Honda Accord. And this was in 2010, and it's been sitting in my room collecting dust for 3 years. And I've been saving it for an emergency just like this, so I figured, hey, might as well put this tape player in the car. It's identical. It would be like I never replaced it, except for the fact the tape player will now work. Well, I took it to this little mom and pop car audio joint here in Greensboro this past Friday, and they charged me $35 to install it. Well, just when you think things couldn't get any more worse, yes, my friends, it did get worse. I got a phone call from the people there at the shop saying that because you need to keep in mind, I'd never tried this tape player before, and I didn't know if it worked or not. Well, unfortunately, it did not work. It would turn on and everything, but it was giving no audio output, so it was pretty much useless. And unfortunately, since they did all the work and everything, I told them to put the old radio back in, which they did. But since I already paid them, not already paid them, since I already had them do the work, I still had to pay them. So I was out $35 for nothing. Well, when I got home, I got on eBay, and I figured, well, this is it. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and buy an aftermarket unit. I don't want to do this, but it seems to be my only option right now. So I got on eBay, and I thought, maybe I can just find a good aftermarket tape player. That way I can still at least listen to tapes in the car. Well, I think it was the third item on that eBay search, and it was a factory OEM 5th generation 94 to 97 Honda Accord radio unit with the tape player exactly like what I already have. And the auction ended Sunday, which was yesterday. I guess not yesterday anymore. And I put the tape player, I was looking at it, and I made a bid at the last minute, and guess what? I won it. And evidently it was shipped today. If the auction said it worked, but how well it works, I guess I'll find out. When I get it, I'm just going to have to take it back to the sound place here in Greensboro, pay another $35 and hope it works. Like I said, I have a little bit more confidence in this one, since it said it already does work. So, it should work. Fingers crossed. So, just a few updates. This ran quite a bit longer than I thought. And by the way, this webcam can do high definition, I believe 720p video. But since it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I want to get this video uploaded as soon as possible, I'm just uploading it in standard format. So that explains that. So again, everyone, come by my show tomorrow. I'm on rockinwaves.com. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of good people, a lot of good laughs, so I hope to see you there. For now, this is Billy Poor signing off on September 10th, 2013, and please let me go to bed.